I still have my work hair. Welcome. We're picking up some hot energy up in here. We're going to give the collective just a couple of minutes to get into the chat if that's what they want. I'm not going to waste too much time. Don't worry. Okay. This is a pretty specific message. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? Okay. I kind of feel like somebody's done something in the ether, and I almost feel like their soul has been telling them, like, don't you do this, don't do this. This is going to come back, and this is going to clap back in our face, and this is going to do something to your life. And it's like this person needed to learn a really bad lesson, and their soul wasn't going to stop until they learn. And now it's like I'm getting like, go on and take everything. And I feel like it's this soul of this person finally being like, all right, in order for them to learn, we got to take everything away from them. That's the only way they're going to get it. That's the only way. Say what? I feel like these ones too. And then while I was kind of like at my day today, in the midst of my day, I said to myself, I was just really grateful. Hello, everybody. I was really grateful for being at work. And I just didn't let anything bother me. And then something said to me, keep it up. Just keep enjoying work, because somebody else is going to lose their job because of this. And I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay? I don't know what that means. So I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to see what happens with this curse, why they, like, what this curse is, why they did it, who they did it to, and what you got to do to get out of it. Okay. Okay, so somebody's protection has definitely been breached, okay? The boundaries have been breached, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Boundaries have been breached. And a witch is coming in quite hard, okay? And I don't really like to talk about witchcraft, but it's kind of been coming up recently, so it's something that I feel like I have to talk about. I tell people I'm a witch, so then they realize when they're looking at an alchemist, and you just don't fuck with a witch. Don't fuck with a witch. That's your calling, okay? Don't fuck with witches. Just leave them alone. That's your best thing to do, because if they're a true witch, if they're an actual witch, they're going to figure out what you're doing to their life before you even fucking do it, and that's going to hurt you, okay? That's going to hurt you, because witches, a lot of witches are protected depending on what they're doing with their magic, okay? So we have a witch in your vicinity, okay, that has somehow gotten into your house. Okay, I don't know if you have security cameras. They could have breached them. Okay, I don't know if you've got... They could have copied your keys. They could know your, you know how so many, those new codes, you don't need a key? You just punch in a code? I don't fucking like those. I like a hard copy of a key, please. Okay. So I feel like this person is got something. They've got something of yours and they're breaking a security breach on you. Okay. Okay. So how you know this person is it's gonna be different for everybody. Okay. It's not the same for everybody, but in one circumstance, the person who is causing chaos in your life, somebody that you married, or somebody that you made a commitment with, or somebody you had a kid with, okay? And I found out this friend that I knew back in elementary school married a guy, and about 10 years into the relationship, maybe, I don't know, maybe about 7 years into the relationship, they were taking a hard turn, and she decided to get pregnant to keep him. Pregnant. So she reincarnated a soul to keep her marriage afloat. Do you even hear? Like, I know so many people do that, and it's the most fucked up thing to ever do. But once you realize, like, listen to it. How is a child, a screaming baby that is so needy, gonna make your marriage better? You know what I mean? I knew a guy who had 2 kids with his baby mama to try to fix their relationship. As if he didn't fucking figure it out the first time, he fucked the second one too. You know what I mean? And I looked at him and I was like, I lost a lot of respect for him, because as somebody who has been massively manipulated as a child, he was massively manipulated as a child, and there he is massively using children to manipulate his own relationship. Right? And women do it, get men to stay around. Men do it just as much to get women to hang around too. My sister was knocked up by a guy, and he fucking already had a kid, and she knew it. She knew when he did it. She knew she knew what happened, and she was like, she trusted him. Some guys take advantage of a woman. They do. And it's like, you can blame it on the woman all you want. It takes 2 to fucking tango, right? It takes 2 to tango. There's a package and there's a delivery. You know what I mean? So, this is somebody who, honestly, I feel like you did make a foundation with, okay? Whether or not you lived with them, you had a kid with them, you were in a relationship with them, security has been breached, okay? And your prosperity, your ability to grow in this life has been unprotected. So anything that comes into your life, anything that's done for you is not protected, so you lose it pretty quickly. Okay, so I don't know if maybe you haven't made a lot of commitments, you haven't spent a lot of money on anything, you haven't really invested in anything. It's because the soil in which you were going to invest on was tampered with. It's no good, it's dirty, it's rotten, right? Nothing was going to be able to sustain life where, as far as I can see with this person around you, okay? So, we've got Hearth in reverse, with imagination, homecoming. So I almost feel like they have kept you in limbo. They've kept you in the air. They've kept you unable to form a life, a place where you were safe and secure. This person's taken your security away from you. And security comes in so many ways. Like if somebody broke into your apartment and fucking raped you, there goes your security. There goes everything that you felt the day before is now gone, and reality hits. You got nothing left. You end up staying in the air because you're so fucking scared that it's gonna happen again and that you're gonna get fucked over again that you don't go anywhere. Okay? That you don't go anywhere. And that's somebody, okay, so somebody around you with this witch healer, somebody around you thinks that they decide when you heal. Somebody around you went, they need some healing. I'm going to send them in healing. Like, what? You don't decide that. Because people who are in mourning, who need to heal, sometimes have no idea. So the fact that this person intruded in your life and decided that you needed to heal and get away from your house because mommy and daddy, you weren't supposed to be around mommy and daddy anymore. You needed to heal on your own. You needed to be a big girl, a big boy. almost killed you. They fucked you and then left you for dead and went, they can figure it out on their own. Okay? That kind of energy, especially if it's like a woman at home, kicks the man out and the man's got nowhere to go, but then calls the cops and says that this man's going to hurt her and this man's going to do everything so the man's not allowed to come back. And you know how many women do that? I had a woman call the OPP on me the other day and cry wolf for something she's been doing for 10 fucking years straight to my sister in my life. She cried wolf. And when I talked to that officer, when I had a nice long discussion about the things that this woman has manipulated energy around to do, he went, wow, okay. So I'm going to throw this complaint in the garbage, and I'm really sorry for bothering you with this, and maybe I should have taken a little bit more time to listen to the story from this girl. What, she had one email to show a cop? One email to show a cop? Really? Okay. And that's the thing, is like, there are people out there killing people. They're out there fucking being abused. There are kids out there. And then you've got women like that crying wolf because some girl tells them they're going to get what they deserve. I'm going to cry wolf. I'm calling the cops right now. She's threatening my life. Really? 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 Crying wolf is like, you know, eventually, I think the reason why people cry wolf is because I think for the most part, people, they want to act like they're victims. Right? They want to act like they're victims, and they want to tell people that they were hurt. They want to lie. And they want to stretch the truth, right? So when people stretch the truth and they start lying about things, then it's like, that's the troublemaker. Whoever this person is causes fluctuations around them depending on their mood, right? They decide what the truth is versus what really happened. And because people don't question them because they're in some type of possibly authority position where people go, oh, she's a teacher, I trust her. Or she's a banker, she's trustworthy. Just because somebody has an everyday 9-to-5 job, it does not make them trustworthy. And people want to say the ones with no jobs are untrustworthy and the ones with jobs are trustworthy. Really? Do we want to go talk about P. Diddy? Do we want to go talk about all the people that use money to go fuck people over? Or do we talk about the homeless people who are begging for change on the street? Every now and then breaking into cars, every now and then pickpocketing people. Those are the poor ones. Those are the ones that people are saying are doing all the damage in this world. Not the ones with the money in their account that are calling up witches and going, put a spell on somebody. I've got $500 for you. Make this bitch's fucking nightmares come true. Click. Oh, I really got her, didn't I? Oh, you sure did, girlfriend. You sure did, girlfriend. No. You don't take the universe on that way. And I love when bitches do that. Because the more bitches do that, the more little witches think that they should send you into healing because you know what you're talking about, or you don't know what you're talking about and they know what they're talking about, and blah, 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 blah. That's called entitled little pussy-ass bitches that need to go learn from mommy again, not you. Not you. Not you. The one who's living on the street doesn't have to go talk to mommy. The one who's pretending to live a lie that doesn't actually know who they are needs to go find mommy and have a nice long discussion about who they are as a person. Because a lot of how people turn out is how their fucking family raised them. With their faggot fathers and their fucking closeted moms that have fucking kids and create chaos because they're unhappy with their pitiful, disgusting lives. Well, guess what? Oh, are you on this channel because you think I'm going to be on your side? No, I'm going to be on the side of the victim, not the abuser. We don't support abusers here, just like all those little clappy fucks that are in the chat right now. I'm not going to give you attention, and I'm not going to listen to you, and I'm not going to talk to you because I'm protected, and you're not. That's why you're in people's chats, fucking around. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like, once you get to a certain level, you're just like, I'm good. How are you? I honestly, don't tell me how to feel, okay? Because I have a right to be angry when somebody comes up in my chat and starts fucking with shit for the last 15 minutes since I've been live, okay? You don't tell me how to run my channel. I say how to run my channel, okay? See, people, no matter what, I get it. Do this, do that. I'm sorry, am I the one running the channel or are you? Do I need your advice because I'm coming to you? No, I'm here because I'm giving you the advice. Correct? Correct. And how is that coming through? The tarot cards. I couldn't give a rat's ass what your fucking life is like. You know what I mean? But I do this because there are people out there that need these messages, that are being corrupted by assholes and robots that think they're the only ones that know how to do black magic. Oh, really? Are you? And you're not going to tempt me into doing stuff against you because I don't fucking care and I know what goes around comes around. So you're not going to convince me to do something to you because you've done something to me. No, that's elementary school, right? Yes. Don't steal from others. Don't antagonize others unless you want it to be fucking happening to you right back, right? Clap back, assholes. Get the fuck out of my chat if you're a goddamn idiot. I don't let Satanists in my shit, okay? Oh, what a great full moon. You can tell we're coming out of the full moon by the people who are in my fucking chat. Oh, don't get angry. Oh, aren't you peaceful? Oh, do it this way. Oh, do it that way. I'm sorry. How about you run your own channel and shut the fuck up about everybody else's? How about that? Okay. Honestly, you know what this energy is? Because a lot of times it'll come through me, right? And it's like somebody's actually more jealous of you than anything, I think. Like, you're obviously in a position where people ask you for advice. They trust your word. They trust your judgment. They trust where you're going. And that makes this other person envious of you. Page of Swords in reverse. Exactly. This is who this person is. Page of fucking Swords in reverse. Immature, uneducated. Anything they find out, they don't believe it. They'll find a fact out and somehow their higher self goes, oh no, sweetheart, you think you read the truth? Really, it's like this. Somebody thinks they're a high priestess. Everything they're hearing is in reverse. Okay? It's kind of actually funny. Ha! Honestly, I really think that this is what's going to happen to them. Okay? Because I think that that's what they've done to you. They've forced you to be confined in a space with negative words around you, negative energy around you. And when you think to move, you think you're going to get sliced by it. You think you're going to get hurt by it. Okay? So they continue to put you into these positions where you can't speak, you don't know what's going on, and it's almost like you could like hypochondriac about it, like think there's a lot of things going on, but really there's nothing going on, but it's making your head go insane like there's shit going on when really there isn't. Because that's what this person has done. They've taken your protection away from you, which means your higher self, you're not hearing. You're not connected to yourself because they've disconnected you, right? They don't want you to come home. You're being, and you know what, I said this in my head today and something really got angry. I said, I listen to myself and only myself. My voice is the only voice I hear in my head. And it was making, I repeated it 3 times, and it was making somebody's head want to explode because they want me listening to them. Everything. And it's this one chick who fucking thinks that she's motherfucking Teresa, who, by the way, is a baby trafficker. Okay. Anybody that says, I'm like Mother Teresa, you can say, well, you're a baby trafficker then. Lord knows what she did to those fucking kids. But you want to actually reflect yourself as a saint? As saintly? Okay. I just want everybody to know this person is making themselves seem like they're part of the church, and we all know what the fucking church does. Okay? So anybody that's acting like their shit doesn't stink, that they're God's gift to this fucking world, and that they're the creation and that you're nothing, they're doing this because they can't live in a world with you because they're so fucking envious of you. And that's what this all comes down to. You know that majority of the shit that people get fucking leeched onto is the 7 deadly sins. Guess when I was born? On the 7th. I make those sins come through, people. I know I do. And I fucking love it because it just goes to show how uncontrolled people really are. And that I can make them lose their shit in 2 seconds while everybody's thinking that they're the nicest person in the world because they've never seen them lose it. Really? Give me 5 minutes in a room with that person. I can guarantee you I can make them lose it. My sister was with her ex-husband for over 10 years. I made him lose it in a conversation within 2 fucking seconds. She'd never seen him act like that in 10 years. I'm like, well, that's called a clapback. I'm not going to get angry with him. And instead, he was screaming at me. His face was red. He was pointing his finger at me. He was calling me this. He was calling me every single name. I stood in his face and I laughed. I laughed. People think he's so... This guy was a massive fucking opioid fucking king. He thinks he's got so much respect in this town. Fucking people hate him. He robbed my sister and bankrupted her. Motherfucker sells illegal drugs on the regular to buy his shit. Then he pops out 2 fucking kids with his 29-year-old. She's a fucking idiot. We all know it. Like, the things that people do to try to cover up the shit that they do to you is hilarious because suddenly they'll put themselves in this position where it looks like they got everything going. They know everything. I'm a father. I know. I'm a mother. I know. Do you know how many people have told me that? I'm a mother. I know. Just because you're a mother doesn't mean you know shit. And just because I'm not a mother does not make you smarter than me. I am a mother of various things. I have to pop something out of my pussy to claim I'm game, bitch. You know what I mean? I actually exited something from ever coming out of my pussy so then I didn't have to stand up against a mother and go, she's more of a woman than me. What? Why? Because you decided to have a child and I didn't? That doesn't make us different, okay? But this person was like, they know everything. I know. And that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest kind of person you can walk up to and ever try to get anything done with is somebody who constantly says that they know. I know. How do you know? How do you know? Where's your fucking proof? How do you know? As a psychic, I don't even fucking say that shit. I don't even stamp it like that and go, I know. How the fuck? Why the fuck would I do that? I would never fuck somebody's life over like that because things can change. And unless you've got the answer written right in front of you from the fucking devil himself, don't trust it because people want to fuck with you. They really do. And I know you want to trust people and love people, but people are fucking awful. Okay? And the more that people realize that, they can get back to their lives and stop fucking with other people thinking that that's the way that it's going to do it for them. When it's not. It's called get in your own fucking boat and drive away from these crazy ass people. Okay? Who's purposely taking your security away from you. So you always have to move on. You have to move on. You have to move on. You have to move on. Why do you want to keep moving on? Why do they want to keep you moving on? Because it keeps you confused, right? If you don't ground yourself, if you don't ever take the blindfold off, if you don't for once think that maybe you're not going to get hurt, then you're going to get confused over everything because you're traumatized. People who are traumatized have no fucking idea what they're doing because they're traumatized. And when other people find out about that traumatization and think they're perfect and go after the vulnerable ones, you think they're going to get a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance at life and beauty and luxury? No. They might continue to try to steal some shit. The universe ain't going to give them nothing but a fucking clap back for the rest of their lives for what they fucking put the collective through. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why I get angry. There's a reason why my fucking temperature goes up when I'm channeling. Don't ever fucking tell somebody to calm down when there's energy coming through them that they need to let free. They need to let go. You can't hold on to this shit. When there's feelings involved, when there's people involved, right? You need to let it show. You need to let yourself vent. If you don't, you become like everybody else, a fucking robot that holds everything in and then eventually puts a gun to their head and jumps off, right? Either they're going to fucking pull the trigger or they're going to fall off or they're going to fucking snort way too much fentanyl or they're going to fuck themselves up in some way because of all the shit that they bottled in. People who tell me to relax and calm down, I tell them to get the fuck away from me because that's a narcissistic controlled environment. If you do what somebody tells you, why would you do that? Are they a cop? No. Why the fuck are they telling you what to do, how to feel, how to project yourself, how to shine yourself? They don't have no fucking right to tell you how to do anything. And when you express yourself, have you ever fucking heard the rapper, oh God, I just had it in my head, Locksmith, Webby, Mercules? You know how pissed off those people get? And it's like people are lining up to see their shows, how awful and pissed off and ruthless they are in their songs. But I'm being told to calm down. Like, that's the thing. People always want to try to control you. They always want to try to get you to do something so then you're not yourself. Right? If I were to have calmed down for that person, that means that I'm not myself. The channel's not going to come out. What I say is not going to come out right because I'm a vessel. This is what I'm doing. You think this is what I want to say? No, this is what the cards are saying. This is what I'm being told to say. This is what the channel is. This is what tarot is. If we can't release things, we're just like everybody else. Don't fucking come on my channel and breed your bullshit because I won't have it and I will kick you off because I've got the power to do that. And I don't give a fuck who wants to put voodoo bullshit on my fucking path. Trust me, you don't know who you're messing with. You don't know what people have been through. You don't know how many wars they've battled, how many wounds they have, how many fucking bullets have hit them. You don't know their path. Therefore, to try to fuck with somebody, to try to stand in front of somebody, to try to think some fucking stupid tree or blockade is going to stop you, they got another thing coming. And they need to learn that. People need to learn when to shut the fuck up and when their opinion isn't needed and when to sit the fuck down. How about that? I don't give a fuck whose mother you are. I don't give a fuck who you're married to. I don't give a fuck what's in your bank account. Shut the fuck up. Get out of fucking people's lives. Stop ruining people's protection because you want to take what's theirs. If it was supposed to be given to you, little fucking darlings, trust me, it wouldn't have skipped a heartbeat. But you went and you stole it from somebody else's front porch, which means what goes around comes around. You think you can steal something from somebody, guess what? They're going to steal from you. What up, Adam? This is a really big fucking reading right now. You know, that full moon, it was like kind of good reading and then kind of like good reading, bad reading. And now we're in the bad reading. Like, that's how it goes. Like 3 days of the full moon and we started off in good. We're going to end in bad because now we're winding down. And that's what this shit does. Is now the moon's going to try to kick away the people that have no fucking interest in your life. They're not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to be around you. And you're suffering because they're there. And then once they know that you're suffering because they're there, they're going to make it even worse for you. And then to tell me not to pull that energy through, it means that they don't want you to get the message that they're fucking using you. Come on, really? Oh, it's fucking crazy energy today. I was at work. I'm fucking mopping the floors. This fucking woman comes in and she's like, I have fucking no idea what she said because I'm deaf. I turn around and I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm here for my annual meeting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. And then she just stopped and she stopped smiling. And she's like, I'm like, are you eating? Like, are you meeting my boss, Joy? Like, I don't know what you're saying. And she was like, no, I'm meeting my daughter. And I'm like, okay. So I went and I sat them. And then she's like, can we go sit over there? And I go, no, I just cleaned it. As you can see, mops are out. I'm like, you have to sit here. It's already been cleaned and set up. And she goes, oh, my daughter's on the phone. 1 second. Picks up the phone and fucking leaves. I'm like, listen, I'm not your fucking concierge. Like, sit the fuck down, read the goddamn menu, and I'll bring you your fucking food. I'm not your babysitter. You're fucking, oh, here, sweetheart. Oh, yes, this is what we have. Oh, you're here for your daughter. Oh, that's amazing. No, fucking shut your mouth. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, as soon as she walked away, I got into her car. I was like, good. I got a mop. Get the fuck out of my restaurant. What are you doing here? Like, I fucking know you. I'm like, just ask for a fucking table of two. I don't need to know your fucking life story because now you just confused me because I can't fucking hear and I don't know what you're saying. And now you think I'm a bitch. Well, that's nice. Everyone thinks I'm a fucking bitch. Hence, why I don't got any drama in my life. No drama. Except for this tarot channel that turns my hair white. Other than that, you know, somebody has just done a really good job with keeping you away from your home. And I don't like that. That really pisses me off because that means that somebody's in a situation that's got your name all over it. But they won't let you take it. No. That means that all your karma will come true and you'll be able to fulfill your destiny. No, they're going to stay with that dude. And they're going to pop out a couple more kids just to keep you on those sidelines. They're going to fuck their baby daddy over. They're going to fuck their baby moms over. And they're going to fuck their kids over because they just didn't want to move out of the way for you. Like, there are other fish in the sea. That's great. But good job fucking your spouse over, you fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's real love, right? Like, if your partner doesn't love you anymore, it's called let them go, not have a kid. Yeah, that's great. Good for you. Who taught you that? Your mother of the year, too, that had how many kids to keep daddy around? And where's he? Oh, yeah, that's right. Another state with another family. Well, China is white. So, no. I was actually, my mother tried to kill me in womb. True story. She got into a car accident purposely when she was 7 months old. And my head, obviously, it caused so much trauma in womb that I was born with gray hair. Actually, on the side, kind of like a skunk. And then I was dyeing my hair by, like, I think 14 or something like that. I was hated in womb and hated growing up. So I was really stressed. And I was really schizophrenic. So I talked to a lot of spirits. I was basically talking to spirits my whole life. I didn't really see them as much as I know where they're sitting. I know where they are, but my eyes don't let me see them because I get so scared of ghosts. Because I don't know, I must have got scared as a child from a ghost, but a ghost actually walked me down a highway this one time when I was like 2 years old, and I walked down a major highway naked, and this ghost walked beside me. I had to have been walking with a ghost because I was a baby. So I don't know. And I ran away from my mother at 2 years old. I hated my mother. My mother fed me to a pedophile. She never cared about me, never fed me. She abused me as a baby. So I am like massively fucking traumatized from it. No. Oh my God, it didn't work. Oh my God. I don't know what your sister's going to have to pay for doing that shit. Honestly, I don't know what kind of life this is, but like what people do to their babies it's insane. It's insane. It's called, how about fucking keep your legs shut? How about practice safe sex? How about maybe try? Not have kids because that's your fucking way out. Fucking stupid. That's why I have such little respect for women. Like, and I've always liked boys better. I've always hung out with guys because I don't like women because women do shit like that. The things that come out of their fucking mouths with what they're plotting against their boyfriends and what they want to do to their families, and like, it's fucked. Like, a chick will fucking fuck you like so hard in the head and psychologically just displace you, while a guy will just smack you around. You know what I mean? It gets so different with guys as what it is with women. Like, I just don't understand why women do what they do. And instead of just simply moving on, and so much of it is because men leave them. Their boyfriends leave them, and they can't handle it, and they get other girls, and they get other wives, and they get other women in their lives. Women that can handle themselves, women that got it fucking locked down, you know what I mean? Women that they want to spend their fucking time with, not these idiots that try to keep them locked down with children. Like, you don't think that men can't pick up on that too? Like, hey, maybe you use me as a sperm bank? Like, women are not as fucking slick Rick as they fucking think they are, you know? Like, they leave more patterns of dirtiness than you think. But you just gotta kind of like, you know, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to the bitches, because they'll fucking show you how nasty they are. Start sucking their teeth and start watching you like you're the bad guy, and fucking now all of a sudden there's a fucking fight every time, and like, or they just start stalking you, and everywhere you go, there they are. They won't let you go out anymore because they know you're moving on. Like, fucking chicks are just psychologically fucked. Like, it's just sad. Like, it's sad. And it's sad for one, I even have to do this channel. It's sad for another that people think that they can play mind games and they think that they can do spells and do rituals and do things against people and the collective's not going to find out. It's almost like, I swear to God, YouTube was created for a reason. Because we need these airways. We need to connect with one another. Like, one of my favorite people on here is from Australia. My last channel, all I ever did was readings for people across seas. I would have never been able to do tarot readings for those people back in the day, you know, like, and some of these people are like, your words are exactly what's happening. I'm like, how can I describe that? Right? Like, we need this because of what people have chosen to do and how much they've chosen to manipulate. I mean, anybody that calls me a liar is just because they're staring at one in the mirror and they don't know how to face it. And then they get mad at me for telling on them. It's like, well, that's nice. You had 10 years to tell the truth and you didn't. So I took it amongst myself to prepare your person for some of the biggest lies known to man, because you're a fucking liar and people deserve to get caught, and people that they're hurting deserve to find out the truth. Okay, I'm going to do a reading from my demon deck. Although it's not, I don't really pay attention to the demons on it as I do the art, because I have 2 demon decks. So let's do this one. This one's calling my name. There. Set the mood for the demons. A little red light special there. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So I think I know what's going on. Oof. Oh, of course. As soon as I bring the demons out, I start sweating. Oh my God. It's like I can't breathe. Woo! I need a hair tie. And I don't have a hair tie. Anyway. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hold my hair up. Oh my God, I suddenly got so ridiculously overheated. Okay, so we've got this interesting combination here of the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands with the 3 of Wands on the inside. Okay, and the 3 of Swords coming out of it. So the way that I can see this, because I want to know if there's any more like curses, if there's any more like negative energy going around. And it seems like somebody has, okay, so the other day, my sister had a vision of getting into a car accident, and then she left to go and do something, and it almost happened. It almost played out, but she didn't get hurt. So what I feel like is somebody has done a sacrifice. And this sacrifice could be a snake sacrifice. Okay, and we also have this Three of Swords where you can see the swords are all going into the bear that he's riding. Okay, so I feel like, I don't know if someone's trying to hurt your familiar, but it's a female energy who comes across as a Queen of Cups. Okay, she comes across as somebody who loves people, who's angelic, their love pours out to people, okay? Well, this is what they're doing with this so-called love, okay? They're coming after your familiar, or they're going to try to hurt your pet or something, okay? And it's almost like I'm getting word of it because the universe is trying to tell on them. Like, look, there we have a bunch of, I don't know what you call those, cannons, cannons ready to shoot. And then over here, we've got the trumpets blaring, right? Somebody playing the shit out of their trumpet. So it's like this Queen of Wands, or this Queen of Cups. She's coming up as a Queen of Cups. She wants to be seen as a Queen of Cups, but I heard Queen of Wands. She's being watched. See, I took the way that his wings are coming up and the way that they put the kind of etheric circle around as like an eye, as a cornea. So they're being watched, and they are not a Queen of Cups. They are not what they're coming across. So them trying to hurt something, maybe the universe was like, they got the call from this person, and they were like, but wait a second, why would this so-called Queen of Cups want to hurt somebody's familiar? Right? And now I'm getting, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Call of the Wild, but at the beginning of the movie, they're in the bar, right? And the old guy just got buck, and the young guy who's trying to get the gold, is that the time? Okay, I don't really know what I was going to say about Buck because I fucking love that movie and I love Buck so much. But what I'm getting is your familiar might protect you, okay? And they're trying to hurt something, okay? They're trying to, if you own snakes, they're trying to hurt a snake so then it'll come through and hurt you, right? But at the same time, because the guy's riding the bear and the arrows have gone into the bear, it almost seems like they're trying to take your chariot, which means they could be trying to do something to your car, which came through the other day as well. I was like, I don't know if this person is going to take your car keys or slash your tires or fucking disconnect your battery or do something to fuck with you so that you can't go somewhere or you can't do something. It's almost like now the universe is... What goes around comes around, you know what I mean? Now they're like, hey, you planned, even if they just planned it. That's almost as thick as the crime, right? Is to sit there and be planning on how to hurt you is worse. I'd rather you just fucking do it and get it over with and stop looking at me and telling me how a million different ways on how you could hurt me. Because that's not going to do anything either. That's just going to start to piss me off because it's just threats. Threat after threat after threat after threat after threat. And even if they're not saying it, eventually the universe is like, okay, I keep getting this call from this person saying that this person is a threat and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm getting is it seems like they're actually abusing the person, right? The universe isn't stupid. Just like the police and the courts, they're not dumb. I mean, you think you can get away with breaking the law because you see it online, but the people who get away with crimes, it's because karmically they're allowed to. For some reason, the light just doesn't get shown. Like you just get kind of scuffed out of that part, right? Because if you're not supposed to pay for the crime, then you almost kind of feel like you're doing it subconsciously, because you won't even really know that you're committing the crime until the crime's done. Like this one time I accidentally stole cream from the grocery store. And I was like, well, I'm already in my car and it was winter and I wasn't going back. And I'm like, well, I guess I just accidentally stole a cream for free because I put it in the front of the, I put it in the part of the cart where you would put your own drink, right? Because I didn't want it to spill, even though it wasn't open. My cart was pretty full. And so when I, self-checkout, it was on the other side. I didn't see it. So I didn't mean to steal, which means I didn't get caught for it because it wasn't an offendable crime. It was, well, that accidentally happened because clearly I must have been owed a liter of cream. I don't know. I don't ask the scales of justice once it's come through. I just go, if something gets handed in my lap, I kind of go like, all right, well, I guess it's my turn. As long as it hasn't been stolen, like, okay, yes, it seems like I stole the milk, but it's only because I parked a fucking mile and a half away, and by the time I realized I didn't pay for it, I kind of just laughed and drove away, because then at that point, maybe they should have caught me on camera if I was supposed to get caught. But I don't fucking steal, right? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes if it's like $4, like, you accidentally left with it, you're not breaking the law. You walk out with $1,000 television knowing that you're walking out with $1,000 television, that's breaking the law. And you will pay that consequence if you're meant to. Maybe Loblaws owes you a TV, okay? And you never get caught for it. I don't know your karma. All I know is that this lady wants to hurt your animals. And at that point, I kind of go, do you really need to know why? Maybe you do need to know why. But will that give you closure once they hurt you? No. Unless you hurt them, right? But I don't really think you hurt them. I don't think this person would be coming off as the Queen of Cups if they were an honest being. Because if they were true and in their skin, they would come up possibly a little vengeful. You're allowed to be vengeful if someone's done something to you. You might not, that's the thing, is you're not really supposed to act on the karma, but say your friend steals from you, okay, and then you subconsciously, accidentally steal from them. And then go, well, they stole from me. And sometimes you don't even realize. Like, do you know how many people back in the day used to steal my clothes? Like fucking chicks in high school and shit, steal my clothes. And then I'd be at their house and I'd be like, yoink. I'd wear it and then never give it back. I know the clothes that they hid from me. So I'm going to take some clothes of theirs that I really like. I'm going to hide it from them. What goes around, come back around. You know what I mean? Sometimes karma just jumps into your lane. And you don't really have to try. Because you just don't. When things work out, they just work out. Right? But somebody wants to hurt your familiar. I feel like your familiars or your pets, okay, are actually so loved by you, who's the actual Queen of Cups, which, gentlemen, take it as your feminine energy, okay? You're so good to them that the universe warns you. Like, you wouldn't believe how many protection spells I put on my snakes. I'm not dumb. They're on the internet. They need protection. They get cleansing spells, they get rituals, they get candles lit, they get salt rings, they get you name it. My snakes get. Because I know they get poisoned with infiltration. And right now, I'm at a part where I'm exposing my life, like a lot of artists do. And when you do that, I mean, I don't have children. I would never put my children online, okay? That is just absolutely a no-no. But I actually knew this guy who fucking put a video up of his little girl who was naked coming out of the bath. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know Instagram's not full of a bunch of old ladies, right? It's kind of full of a bunch of predator eating, cannibalism, I want to fuck your child kind of people, not the good people. Why are your children up online? And then why are children being put up online through boyfriends and girlfriends and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas? Like, so not only are children exposed by their own parents, but they're exposed by everybody else because everybody wants to take pictures and videos of the little kids and the babies and just expose them to, I mean, do you know how many pedophiles are on Facebook alone? I mean, it's like, look up your neighborhood alone and then think of Facebook and then think of how many pictures of your kids are up, or your nephews, or your nieces, or your grandchildren, and go like, hey, maybe we should take those pictures down because it's not little Jimmy's Facebook, it's his mother's. So why is he all over it? You want to have a Facebook, put your fucking face on it. Don't put your child's. It's not your child's Facebook, right? But my snakes are kind of like, they're a little bit different. They're part of what I'm doing here. And a lot of it, they're babies. So a lot of it's like exercising and showing people really what to do with snakes and not just fucking leave them in their enclosures all day long because they do get aggressive and they need to stretch and they need to get fresh air just like anything else, right? And when I'm ready to remove it from the public, I will. But that won't stop the protection spells. That won't stop the candles that I burn. That won't stop the aura I put around them. That won't stop the protection that I do for them. Why would it? Right? You should never, if you have a child, that should all you should be thinking about is how to protect them. Because there are predators everywhere. Just like as a single woman, as a single man, you should fucking protect yourself. You should, not walk alone. You should never listen to headphones in public or while driving. Right? Be smart, be cautious when you're out there because of fucking people like this, appearing to be goddesses, appearing to be loving women. Do you know who Epstein's fucking right-hand man was? A woman! A woman! Why? Because a child will trust a woman. Like most people. Oh, she's trustworthy. She's a teacher. Remember the teachers? They're trustworthy. They're teachers. They're trustworthy. They're bankers. They're trustworthy. They've got 9-to-5 jobs. Yeah. Because that makes a resume for a good person. Like, you fucking crazy? What? Play on words. If you don't have money, you're a fucking creep psychopath who doesn't take care of their kids. And when you're rich, you're obviously a better parent and you spend more time with your kids because you're rich. Isn't that what idiots say? People better watch their mouths or wash them out with soap. Ooh, okay, so we got Bilal in the middle here. That's like by far one of the sexiest demons alive. Okay, so what we've got started though is the Page of Wands. This kind of like limpy ass motherfucker who just, really isn't in shape and kind of looks like he's on his deathbed. Okay, to this riding majestically with all the confidence on your back. So, 10 of Pentacles. Bathin. Okay. So, it seems like this feminine energy, okay, you're so much more powerful. Okay? And when you come out of this energy, you're going to be sexier, smarter, you're going to have way more knowledge of the situation, and protection is going to be sexy. Protection is going to be your new middle name, okay? Because of how dumb this Queen of Cups thinks you are. They think you don't pay attention. They think you're not involved. They think you're really self-absorbed, which is them, okay? But they're so self-absorbed that they think everybody's like them, which is why we're having this conversation. because you're not anything like them, which is why you're watching this, and they're poisonous, which is why they will come nowhere near my channel. I could, one word out of my mouth and it'll make that person shiver and go away, okay? Just like that fucking idiot from my work. Like, I'm not here to appease you. If you're a demon, or you're a dirty little asshole, or you're a fucking cunt, I'm not going to appease you. I'm not here to appease you. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm actually going to do the opposite, probably make you really fucking uncomfortable. And that's just because that's God's gift to me. You know what I mean? I don't really fucking know. We don't get chosen from our looks, what we end up doing with mission, okay? But it seems like somebody has massively transformed, which means whatever this person tries to do, you're already a step ahead of it, which means if they own any pets, if they have any, they wouldn't have a familiar because this person's stupid, so they don't communicate with anything but themselves. They have pets, let's be real. They have pets that they command, okay? This person's going to lose their dog or lose their cat or lose their bird. I did see somebody losing their bird, okay? And by all means, a fucking bird in a cage puts heaven in rage. Birds should never be in cages. I don't care if they're for your daughter, for your son, for your fucking living room, for your grandpa. Never put a bird in a cage. You put a bird in a cage, I can guarantee you will be in a cage, okay? That's why with my aquariums and my enclosures, like my fish is in what you would describe as a football field now for him, okay? My snakes never stay in their enclosures all day if they don't want to. They always get open cages, so I never leave it shut if I don't have to. Like, if I'm here and I can watch, they crawl out themselves, right? I don't go in and pick them up and fuck with them. I don't fuck with things like that. They want to come out, and then a lot of times they'll come out, they'll poop, and then they go right back in. It's really weird, but they're babies, so they get tired quick, right? So you're not a baby, right? You've transformed from a very weak individual to a smoking hot individual to, okay, I got this grounded. Because sometimes you could like lose a bunch of weight and then you get really cocky. Because I'm cocky. And I'm like, what? It ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up, okay? So you could have been cocky and there was a reason why you were cocky. But now it's like, use that cockiness as fuel to move forward. Like, I know when people will find me attractive. I can use that to my advantage. Do I want people to find me attractive in really awkward situations? Absolutely not. But if it can help me get out of a line, sometimes you gotta use it, right? And sometimes your looks just naturally get you things and you don't even fucking realize it. Okay, so that's another thing. So it's like, whatever this person is going to, I think they're going to experience a life that they never knew possible. I don't know if they're going to get a really nasty burn on their face or they're going to get ugly, because I think, or they're going to lose their familiars most likely, or their familiars are going to get burned up or something like that. And then their spouses are going to go, see, well, you don't really love that dog that much because ever since, you know, the accident, you don't touch him anymore because of blah, 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 you know, like, bitches, they always show their true colors. If, you know what I found is so many women do things just to take a picture of it and put it online. And then they're done and over with it again. Like, this one chick was so, ever since my sister got married, she is so envious of this wedding dress she wore, and she's way too fat for it. She'll never fit into it. The day she started hanging out with my sister, she started starving herself, because my sister is like just naturally a petite. Like, she's just naturally petite. She always has been. And this girl is like a fucking 10 plus size waist, right? Like, she ain't skinny, and her fucking chest is like probably at least a C. I mean, her boobs hang down to her knees, so who fucking knows actually how big they are, but she was so chubby and fat and ugly. And once she stopped eating, her own husband told her she was an idiot. He knew that she was trying to look like my sister. And once my sister wore that wedding dress, she put a spell on my sister. She cursed my sister's wedding, thinking that her husband was the greatest man in the world. Oh, yeah. Like a real man fucking hides 3/4 of his life. He was trafficking majority of the weed that we were growing. I was growing weed for him at the time. He was black marketing 3/4 of it. And at one point he was so nervous about cops being around because he was determined to believe that he was being watched, which I think he was. And the way he fucked over my sister, you would think he wasn't a drug dealer for fucking 10 years. And, you know, the thing is karma will catch him. Everybody knows karma will. He appears as this Queen of Cups. He appears as this King of Cups, this family guy, you know, who's got it all. That's why he wanted to have kids. My sister didn't want to have kids at the time, and he needed to have kids. So then cops saw him as a family guy. So when he ended up having these children with this like 27-year-old idiot, he just brainwashed her and made her create this family for him because my sister wouldn't do it. He thought that he was more of a trigger with her and no kids around than a 27-year-old and a couple of babies. If that keeps him out of jail, so be it. If it doesn't, then he just fucked over 2 kids and a woman for no reason. Right? Like I said, men do it too, right? Just to simply hide up their faggot lives. And like, honestly, this guy, her ex-husband used to tell me he would snort cocaine out of dudes' dicks. Tell me that's not gay. That's fucking gay. I think he was a closeted fucking homo their entire relationship. And then he went and fucking, I think he goes downtown all the time and he gets fucking blowies from dudes and he fucking gets his rocks off with fucking God knows who, and then comes home to his wife and kids. Which is really fucking sad to drag 3 individuals through a life of hell and to bankrupt your ex-wife because of it, just to do it, just to get a little bit of money. Really? Like, you don't think the universe isn't watching you? And like, maybe he's gonna lose his familiars. I mean, he ran over their dog. They had a dog, a German Shepherd, 5 years. They separated. Dan refused to give the dog up. So my sister had to drive him over there on the weekends like he was a fucking kid. So juvenile her ex-husband was. Then he took Marlo in the car. I don't know why he took Marlo in the car. And no, wait. Oh, yeah, so this was 2 times. Okay, so he took Marlo in the car once, and he hit black ice, and he smoked the back of the car where Marlo would sit, but because Marlo's smart and they had 2 elements, he knew to jump over the seats, so he jumped over the seats, and Dan smoked the back of the car. It would have killed him. Then he had this really long driveway of one of the houses that he stole from my sister, and he ran him over. He used to play this game with the dog where he would let the dog run beside the car, and it was the middle of winter. Marlo slipped on ice. Dan ran him over. That was my sister's fucking son. My sister couldn't live without that dog. My sister spent every single fucking day of her life with that dog. She took him for 3 runs a day because of how much energy he had. She had to drive to the other part of town to let him go and run. The effort that she put into him. He was amazing. He was our best friend. Ran him over. Just like that. And then left her, took all the money, and started a new family. But yeah, people with money are such great people, right? I've seen what people have done to try to get money. And then to kill somebody's familiar, that was my sister's familiar. Maybe that's coming around now. Marlo's been dead for 6 years. It'll be 6 years this December. So you tell me, maybe it's coming around for people. Like, you think you can just run people's dogs over? You think you can just ruin their lives and the world's just going to let you off? Yeah, they're going to let you off for a little while because they don't got time to deal with you. There's other people in front of you that are fucked up worse. Your time will come, right? Fuck with somebody's familiar. You know, you're going to learn the hard way. Just don't do it. And that's the thing is people were so jealous of that dog. My sister has seen Marlo in being trapped by other people in her dreams to this day. My dad had him locked in his old truck. We had to go and get him. Apparently I was there. I don't remember. Her ex-husband had him. chained at the cottage, left, and we didn't chain any dogs at the cottage. It's an island. So there was only that property and another property, and Marlo never got chained. Marlo stayed right there. If me or my sister was there, Marlo was always right beside us. And so to have him chained at the island, why would you have him chained on an island? Right? Like, unless you were holding him hostage. Like, the dreams that Marlo has come through, and I've been like, oh my God, someone's got him trapped. It means that his death is still in vain to this day. His father is still getting off from his death. So go figure. Maybe he's going to lose both of his dogs. He also decides to move 2 newborns onto a major highway. He lives on a highway with children, and there's no fence. Why would there be a fence, right? Children are fine. They do what you say, right? They don't need you to watch them, right? Anyways, you want to play with fire, you're going to get burned. And it really sucks that people don't believe that bad things can happen to them. Right? It just blows my fucking mind. Like, I just get my mind. Like, I very rarely don't get my mind blown on shit. Like, people will just, they blow my mind all the time on the shit they say, the shit they do. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, you just walk around like that? Like, that's how you are? Like, that's how you act? Like, oh my God, you should be embarrassed. But I don't really say that out loud because I've got a channel and I can just say it on here. So I'm surprised anybody ever listened to me 2 years ago, let alone 5 years ago when the original channel started and some bitch put a spell on it. And I could have fought it, but then my sister had a breakdown because her dog died. So we moved to California and stayed with my aunt for a while. And it was a mess. It was touch and go with her for like a while, with her like wanting to live and her husband fucking leaving her and taking everything and bankrupting her. And it was awful. Like, I couldn't believe she got through it. Like, I had to put my life on hold for years because I can't leave her in that state. Like, she's going to have to come with me. Like, I can't. She's just started working, like, what it takes when you take somebody's independence away from them and you rob them of everything. It takes them years to heal. My parents didn't want anything to do with her. They didn't talk to her through her divorce. They didn't help her. They thought she was crazy for leaving him because he had so much money when he was cheating on her all the time. Like, and then she tried to go to therapy with him and he fucking started dating somebody else, moved her in right away before they were even separated, then kicked her out, bought a different house and moved the new girl in and got her knocked up right away. Like, once I found out how old she was, I was like, he's 43. And the guy was like, yeah, she's 27. Great. Awesome. 16 years older. 10 years or older, dude, honestly, that's just, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do somebody more, as of right now, more than 10 years older than me. Like, that's just disgusting. That, like, 20 years older than somebody, that means you were 20 years old. They were just born. I don't care if they're 25 now and you're 45. That's still disgusting. That's disgusting. Oh, that's gross. Like, oh, a 45-year-old should be with somebody who's ready to have fucking grandkids, not somebody who's just graduating high school. Like, there's just something wrong with people out there. Oh my God. And age does matter. And they say age doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Yeah, because you're a fucking cradle robber. That's why age doesn't matter. Fuck, that's disgusting. Like, I don't know. This is a really, really weird full moon. Okay, this of like my feelings going up and down, up and down, up and down this whole time has been really weird. Okay, like, I don't usually fluctuate that much, but this energy recently that's coming in, it's a lot of voodoo, and it's a lot of clapbacks. It's a lot of what goes around comes around. People will get caught. And it's really hard to channel. And sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't. But I wouldn't have this channel for like bells and whistles and when the love of your life gonna come. And sometimes things like that happen. But for the most part, this channel isn't nice. And I don't know if it's ever really going to be. That's why when those nice messages do come through, it's amazing because it makes me want to keep doing it, because I can't always do negative like messages, even though I know they're not personally for me, right? It's exhausting. It's like, you know, being a part of a drug trial and everybody dying all the time. You're like, okay, like I need some survivors, you know what I mean? Like I need some happy stories every now and then, because it's not all death. There is life. If you're watching, you're alive. It's not just death out there all the time. It can't be. If it was all death, it wouldn't be death, or death wouldn't mean what it was. It would be normal, right? So, anyways, thanks for joining this live. Thanks for being here. It's been weird, but nothing but a slice of what it usually is. So I'm used to that. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I will. There are a couple more messages that need to be brought out, but I'm just not going to do them live. So look forward to that. And thanks for watching, and thanks for liking the video. And peace out. Be careful out there. Holy shit.